Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're going through something right now, if you feel like life is pushing you, testing you, then I need you to understand something. Change is coming. Your breakthrough is near. And there are signs, there are signs, telling you that something greater is on the horizon. Sign number 1, you feel uncomfortable, discomfort. It's not your enemy, it's your teacher. Growth never happens in comfort. If you're feeling restless, uneasy, like something ain't right, it's because something new is trying to break through. Sign number 2, you're losing people. Now listen, not everyone can go where you're going. People who once walked with you may start fading away. That's okay, let them. When a rocket takes off, pieces fall off. You are rising. Sign number 3, you keep facing resistance. Every level has a new devil. The closer you get to your breakthrough, the harder life will push back. But pressure makes diamonds, and storms don't last forever. Sign number 4, you're seeing opportunities, small ones, big ones. They're there, right in front of you. Maybe you're scared, maybe you're doubting yourself, but listen, you wouldn't see these doors if you weren't meant to walk through them. Sign number 5, your mindset is shifting. You don't think the way you used to. You're seeing things differently. You're dreaming bigger. That's the universe, God, or whatever you believe in, preparing you for what's next. Sign number 6, you're feeling a deep urge to change. Something in you just won't settle. It won't let you stay the same. That's purpose knocking at your door. Answer it. And sign number 7, you refuse to give up. Through the pain, through the struggle, through the nights when you felt like quitting, you kept going. And that, my friend, is why change is coming. Listen to me. I know what you're feeling. That discomfort, that uneasiness, that deep, restless energy inside of you that won't let you sleep. You feel like you're out of place, like life is pushing you into something unfamiliar. And guess what? It is, because you are growing. And growth, real, transformational growth, doesn't happen in comfort. It never has, it never will. You don't get stronger without lifting weight. You don't get wiser without being tested. You don't move forward by standing still. Discomfort is not a punishment. It is a sign that you are being stretched, being prepared, being made into something greater than you were before. The truth is, we are wired to resist discomfort. The mind wants to protect you, keep you safe, keep you small. But comfort zones are nothing more than beautifully decorated cages. And let me tell you something, the bigger your dreams, the smaller your comfort zone will feel. You see, when you start growing, that old space, that old mindset, that old way of living, it starts feeling tight, suffocating. That's because you weren't meant to stay there. You were meant to expand, to evolve, to rise. Think about a seed buried deep in the dirt. At first, it's surrounded by darkness, pressed down, covered, unseen. It could sit there forever, safe, unmoved. But when it starts to grow, it has to push against the very dirt that surrounds it. It has to break through the shell that once protected it. It has to fight its way to the surface. That process, it's not comfortable. It's painful. But it is necessary. Because without it, the seed never becomes what it was meant to be. And you are that seed. Some of you are in that moment right now. You feel trapped, like nothing makes sense, like the walls are closing in. But listen to me. Discomfort does not mean you are lost. Discomfort does not mean you are failing. Discomfort means you are growing beyond what you thought you were capable of. That frustration you feel, that tension, that's not life working against you. That's life shaping you, forging you, making you stronger for what's coming next. I want you to think back to every great thing you have ever done in your life. Every breakthrough, every achievement, every level you reached. Was it easy? No. It required sacrifice. It required struggle. It required you to step outside of what was familiar. You see, success does not come wrapped in comfort. The path to your dreams is paved with uncertainty, with fear, with moments where you want to turn back. But if you can sit with that discomfort, if you can embrace it instead of running from it, you will discover something powerful. On the other side of discomfort is your transformation. So, stop fighting it. Stop wishing for things to be easy. Stop praying for the struggle to end before you've learned what it came to teach you. Instead, lean into it. Sit with it. Ask yourself, what is this moment trying to show me? Because there is always a lesson in the struggle. There is always wisdom in the pain. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who avoid discomfort. They are the ones who use it. They are the ones who turn their struggles into stepping stones, their setbacks into setups. They are the ones who understand that every single time life makes them uncomfortable, it's because they are being stretched into something bigger, something greater, something unstoppable. And right now, that's you. You are on the edge of something powerful. You are on the verge of a new level. You just have to stop resisting the discomfort and start recognizing it for what it truly is. Proof that you are growing. Let me tell you something. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going. Not everyone is built for the journey you're on. And that's a hard truth to swallow. But listen to me. It's a necessary one. Because when you start growing, when you start evolving into the person you were meant to be, you're going to notice something. People will start falling away. Some will drift. Some will walk away. And some will turn against you. But don't you dare let that shake you. Don't you dare let that make you think you're doing something wrong. Because what's really happening is this. Life is making room. Room for the right people. Room for the right energy. Room for the kind of relationships that will elevate you, not keep you stuck. See, when you start climbing, when you start becoming more, some people won't understand it. They won't be able to handle it. Not because they're bad people, not because they don't care, but because your growth is a mirror that forces them to look at themselves. And let me tell you, some people don't like what they see. Your ambition reminds them of their stagnation. Your discipline reminds them of their excuses. Your vision reminds them of the dreams they gave up on, and instead of rising with you, they'll try to pull you back down. Not because they hate you, but because they are afraid. Afraid of what your success might mean for them. Afraid that if you outgrow them, they'll be left behind. And that's exactly why you can't hold on to everyone. Some relationships, no matter how deep, no matter how long, are not meant to last forever. Some people come into your life for a season, for a lesson, for a moment of connection, and then they have to go. Holding onto them too tightly, trying to drag them with you when they are not ready to rise, it will only slow you down. It will only drain you. Because you cannot force someone to see the vision that was given to you. You cannot shrink yourself just to make others comfortable. You cannot stay in a place you've outgrown just because you're afraid of being alone. Now, I know it's hard. I know it hurts. Losing people, especially the ones you thought would always be there, that's one of the toughest things you'll ever go through. But listen, every time someone walks away, every time a relationship falls apart, every time a door closes, you have to remember this. Rejection is redirection. Every loss is making space for something greater. Every person who leaves is creating room for someone better aligned with your purpose, your energy, your destiny. And if you keep looking back, if you keep chasing after the ones who have already chosen to exit your life, you're going to miss what's ahead. You're going to block the blessings that are trying to reach you. Think about this. Have you ever noticed that when you let go of the wrong people, the right ones start showing up? It's no coincidence, it's alignment. It's the universe, God, whatever you believe in, making sure you have the right team around you. Because where you're going, you can't afford dead weight. You can't afford people who don't believe in you. You can't afford energy drainers, time wasters, negativity spreaders. You need people who push you, who inspire you, who challenge you to be better. You need people who don't feel threatened by your success, but celebrate it. Who don't compete with you, but uplift you. So if you're losing people right now, if friendships are fading, if relationships are breaking apart, don't let it shake you. Let it shape you. Let it be the sign that you are evolving. And the ones who are truly meant for you, the ones who see your growth and match your energy, they will stay. They will rise with you. They will meet you at the top. Let me tell you something, you don't face resistance when you're standing still. You don't face obstacles when you're not moving. You don't get pushback when you're not making progress. The very fact that you're struggling, the very fact that doors seem to be closing, that life seems to be testing you, that's proof that you're getting closer. That's proof that you're on the verge of something great. And that's exactly why it feels so hard right now. See, resistance doesn't show up in the lives of people who aren't chasing something. It doesn't show up in the lives of people who have settled. It shows up when you start moving towards something bigger than yourself. The moment you decide to change, the moment you decide to break old patterns, to level up, to go after your dreams, that's when life starts throwing challenges your way. That's when the enemy, the doubt, the fear, the struggle, it all comes at you like a storm. And most people take that as a sign to quit. They think, maybe this isn't meant for me. Maybe I should stop. Maybe I should go back to what's safe. But listen to me. That's exactly what you can't do. Because here's the truth. Resistance is not rejection. Resistance is a test. It's life asking you, how bad do you want it? It's the universe checking to see if you're really ready for what you're asking for. And if you let a little resistance knock you down, if you let a few setbacks make you turn around, then you weren't ready for that next level in the first place. See, everybody wants success. Everybody wants growth. Everybody wants to change their life. But not everybody is willing to go through the fire it takes to get there. And the fire is necessary. The fire is what refines you. The fire is what prepares you. Because if you can't handle the pressure now, how are you going to handle it when you get to the top? Thinking about an athlete training for a championship. They don't get stronger by lifting light weights. They don't get faster by running slow. They push. They struggle. They break through. Because the resistance is what makes them better. And the same goes for you. Every challenge you face, every obstacle in your path, that is not life punishing you. That is life strengthening you. That is life making sure that when you reach the next level, you don't just survive, you thrive. You ever notice how, right before a breakthrough, everything seems to go wrong? Right before you land that opportunity, you lose something important. Right before your business takes off, you hit a financial crisis. Right before you step into your purpose, doubt creeps in like never before. That is not coincidence. That is resistance. And resistance is a sign that you are dangerously close to your breakthrough. It's like a storm right before the calm. And if you just keep pushing, if you just keep moving forward, you will see what's on the other side. But too many people quit right before the finish line. Too many people walk away when they're inches away from their blessing. Why? Because they mistake struggle for failure. They mistake difficulty for a dead end. But let me tell you something, pressure is what turns coal into diamonds. And if you want to shine, if you want to be great, you have to be willing to go through that pressure. You have to be willing to face the resistance, to embrace it, to use it as fuel instead of fear. So, if you're facing resistance right now, if life is testing you, if everything seems to be pushing against you, I need you to hear me. This is not the time to quit. This is not the time to doubt yourself. This is the time to dig deep, to push harder, to keep going. Because the struggle you're feeling, that's not proof that you're failing. That's proof that you are getting closer. Closer to your breakthrough. Closer to your dreams. Closer to the life you were meant to live. Opportunity is a funny thing. It doesn't always show up when you expect it. It doesn't come knocking when you feel most prepared. It doesn't arrive with flashing lights, a grand announcement, or a perfect moment. No. Opportunity moves differently. It waits. It waits until you've been through the fire, until you've been tested, until you've proven not to the world but to yourself that you are ready for more. And when that moment comes, when that opportunity presents itself, the question is never, is it the right time? The question is, will you step up? Because listen to me, opportunities don't wait for you to feel ready. They don't wait for your fears to disappear. They don't wait until life is comfortable and everything is lined up perfectly. No, no, no. They show up when you least expect them. Sometimes in the middle of a storm, sometimes right after a loss, sometimes when you're doubting yourself the most. And that's where most people get it wrong. They think, I'll wait. I'll prepare more. I'll take the chance when I feel ready. But let me tell you something, you will never feel ready. Growth doesn't work like that. You don't feel ready first and then take action. You take action, and that's what makes you ready. See, life doesn't hand out opportunities to people who sit back and wait. Life rewards those who prepare. those who show up every day, those who keep moving forward, even when they can't see the finish line. You ever notice how right when you start working on yourself, right when you start building new habits, right when you finally decide to go all in, suddenly doors start opening? That's not luck. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. That's life saying, I see you putting in the work. Now here's your chance. But here's the thing about opportunities, they don't always look the way you expect them to. Sometimes they come disguised as hard work. Sometimes they show up as challenges, as risks, as situations that scare you. And that's where most people turn away. They think this can't be it. This doesn't look like what I imagined. So they walk past the very thing that could have changed their life. Listen to me, opportunity will not always look like a golden ticket. Sometimes it looks like a test. And if you're too afraid to take the test, you'll never move to the next level. You see, the people who succeed in life, they don't have fewer fears than you. They don't have more time, more resources, more luck. What they have is the courage to act when an opportunity presents itself. They don't wait for certainty. They don't wait for guarantees. They take the leap, even when they don't know where they'll land, because they understand something most people don't. The opportunities expire. That's right. You can't sit on an opportunity forever. You can't keep saying maybe next time, because one day there won't be a next time. One day that door will close. And the worst pain in the world, the pain of knowing you had a chance and you let it slip away. So, if you're seeing opportunities right now, big ones, small ones, unexpected ones, don't you out there talk you out of them. Don't let doubt make you second guess yourself. You've been preparing for this moment, whether you realize it or not. The work you've put in, the lessons you've learned, the struggles you've overcome, they have all been leading you to this. And when the universe, when life, when God places an opportunity in front of you, it is not your job to question it. It is your job to take it. Because here's the truth, opportunities don't just show up when you want them to. They show up when you're ready. And when that moment comes, when that door opens, you have two choices: step forward into the unknown or stay exactly where you are. And if you're serious about change, if you're serious about leveling up, then you already know what the answer should be. Have you ever felt it? That deep, unshakable feeling inside of you, the one that keeps whispering, keeps nudging, keeps pulling you towards something bigger. It doesn't always make sense. It doesn't always come with a clear roadmap, but it's there. A quiet voice telling you, you were meant for more. And no matter how much you try to ignore it, no matter how much you distract yourself, no matter how much the world tells you to stay where you are, that feeling doesn't go away. Because when your soul knows it's time to grow, when your purpose is calling, you can't unhear it. You can't turn it off. See, most people feel this pull, but very few actually listen to it. Because stepping into something bigger, that requires faith. That requires stepping outside of what's familiar. That requires walking into the unknown, not because you have all the answers, but because you trust that something greater is guiding you. And that's scary. That's uncomfortable. That's why so many people ignore it. They convince themselves that it's not real. They tell themselves, maybe later, maybe when I'm ready, maybe when the time is right. But deep down they know that staying where they are feels just as painful as stepping into the unknown. Because nothing is more exhausting, nothing is more soul crushing than denying the very thing you were created to do. Let me tell you something, when life is calling you towards something bigger, it will not be quiet about it. You will feel it in your restlessness. You will feel it in your frustration. You will feel it in the way your current situation no longer excites you, no longer fulfills you, no longer makes you feel alive. That is not boredom. That is not laziness. That is your soul telling you, you've outgrown this level. It's time to move. And if you keep ignoring it, if you keep pretending you don't feel it, life will find a way to shake you up. Doors will close. Relationships will shift. Situations will force you to move, whether you're ready or not. Because when you are meant for something greater, life will not let you settle for less. And think about it, how many times have you felt uncomfortable in your own life? Like you're stuck in a place that no longer fits you? That is not by accident. That is not a mistake. That is alignment. That is life preparing you for the next level. And the reason it feels so unsettling is because growth is happening. Evolution is happening. You are changing. And change, real, deep, transformational change, is never smooth, never easy, never convenient. It requires you to let go of the old version of yourself, the one that fit into your past but can't fit into your future. And that's hard. That's painful. But it is necessary. And here's the thing: most people spend their entire lives feeling this pull, but never acting on it. They let fear hold them back. They let other people's opinions keep them small. They let self-doubt convince them that they aren't good enough, smart enough, strong enough. And so they stay. They stay in jobs that drain them, in relationships that don't inspire them, in places that suffocate them. And the years pass. And that pull, that whisper, it turns into regret. And regret, my friend, is far heavier than fear will ever be. So, if you feel it, if you feel that pull inside of you, if you know deep down that you are meant for more, don't ignore it. Don't push it away. Lean into it. Trust it. Start taking steps toward it, even if they're small, even if they're uncertain. Because that pull is not random. That pull is not an accident. That pull is your destiny trying to reach you. And the only question that matters is, will you answer the call? You ever wake up one day and realize that the life you once loved, the routine you once found comfort in, the people you once surrounded yourself with, it just doesn't feel the same anymore? It's like something has shifted inside of you, and now the things that used to excite you no longer do. The conversations that used to engage you now drain you. The habits that once felt normal now feel heavy, out of place, even wrong. That feeling, that discomfort, that's not a bad thing. That's growth. That's your soul telling you don't belong here anymore. See, most people think discomfort is a sign that something is wrong. That if they start feeling restless, uninspired, disconnected from their current life, it means they're making a mistake. But let me tell you something: discomfort is not a sign that you're lost. Discomfort is a sign that you're about to be found. It's a sign that the version of you that was comfortable in this place, in this mindset, in this chapter of your life, it's fading. And a new version of you, a stronger, wiser, more evolved version of you, is trying to emerge. But that version, that next level, it can't exist in the same space where the old you felt at home. Think about it like this: when a snake grows, it has to shed its skin. And that process, it's uncomfortable. It's irritating. The old skin starts to feel tight, restrictive, like it no longer fits. But if the snake doesn't shed it, if it doesn't go through that process, it can't grow. It will stay trapped in something that was never meant to last forever. And the same goes for you. You are outgrowing the things that no longer serve you. And that's why you feel the way you do. That's why the job that once made sense now feels unbearable. That's why the people you used to relate to now feel distant. That's why the habits you once found comfort in now feel like dead weight. You are shedding. You are evolving. And that process, it's never easy. Most people run from this feeling. They try to numb it, distract themselves from it, avoid it at all costs. They stay in places they've outgrown just because it's familiar. They cling to relationships that drain them just because they've been there for years. They repeat the same routines, the same cycles, even when they know deep down they're meant for more. And you know what happens? That discomfort doesn't go away. It grows. It gets louder. It turns into frustration, anxiety, even resentment. Because the truth is, your soul will never let you settle for less than you're capable of. So, if you're feeling uncomfortable right now, if the life you once loved doesn't feel like home anymore, don't fight it. But don't try to force yourself to fit into places that no longer match your energy. Embrace it. Let it guide you. Because discomfort is not the enemy. Discomfort is the compass. It's showing you that change is necessary. It's showing you that you've reached the limit of what this current chapter can offer you. And now it's time for something new. But here's the thing: stepping into the unknown is scary. Walking away from the life you've always known, even when it no longer serves you, takes courage. It takes trust. It takes a willingness to let go of the old before the new has even arrived. And that's where most people get stuck. They want proof. They want guarantees. They want to know exactly what's next before they take that first step. But that's not how growth works. Growth requires faith. Growth requires you to say, I don't know what's ahead, but I know I can't stay here. So if you feel yourself becoming uncomfortable with your old life, understand this: you are not broken. You are not lost. You are not failing. You are transforming. You are leveling up. And that discomfort, that's the sign that you're on the edge of something greater. The only question is, will you step into it? There comes a moment in life when you start looking at the things around you, your habits, your relationships, your environment, and you realize that some of them just don't fit anymore. The things you once clung to, the people you once prioritized, the routines you once depended on, they don't bring you peace like they used to. And instead of holding on tighter, you start feeling an urge to let go. Not because you don't care, not because you've given up, but because deep down you know they're not meant to come with you to the next level. Letting go is one of the hardest things a person can do, because we are creatures of comfort. We hold on to what's familiar even when it's hurting us. We stay in friendships that drain us. We cling to habits that hold us back. We keep jobs that make us miserable because the thought of stepping into the unknown is terrifying. But listen to me, growth requires sacrifice. You cannot step into your future while carrying the weight of your past. You cannot become the person you're meant to be while still holding on to the things that belong to an old version of you. I think about a hot air balloon. That balloon has everything it needs to rise, to go higher, to reach new heights, to see the world from a whole new perspective. But it won't move. Why? Because it's tied down by heavy sandbags. And it doesn't matter how much potential that balloon has, how much power is inside of it, how ready it is to take flight once her weights are released, it will stay exactly where it is. And the same goes for you. You are ready. You are capable. You are destined for more. But as long as you hold on to the things that are keeping you down, you will never rise. And here's the thing, sometimes letting go doesn't look dramatic. It doesn't always mean walking away from a toxic relationship or quitting your job overnight. Sometimes letting go is quieter. It's choosing not to argue about things that don't matter anymore. It's distancing yourself from people who don't pour into you the way you pour into them. It's releasing the need to explain yourself to those who will never understand you. It's learning that your energy is precious and not everything or everyone deserves access to it. Letting go is not just about removing things from your life. It's about making space. Space for new opportunities. Space for growth. Space for better relationships, better habits, a better mindset. Because you cannot receive with clenched fists. If your hands are full of things that no longer serve you, how can you grab hold of something new? You have to trust that by releasing what's weighing you down, you are creating room for something better. And that's not easy. That takes faith. That takes belief in the unseen. That takes understanding that just because something was good for you at one point in your life doesn't mean it's meant to stay forever. And yes, it will hurt. Letting go always does. Because even when something is no longer good for you, there's still a part of you that remembers the comfort, the memories, the attachment. But understand, this pain is temporary. Growth is forever. And what feels like loss right now, one day you will look back and realize it was actually a blessing. One day you will see that by letting go, you were setting yourself free. So if you're in a season of release, if you feel like parts of your life are falling away, trust that it's happening for a reason. Trust that what you're letting go of is only making space for what's truly meant for you. And when that new season arrives, when the right people, the right opportunities, the right energy enter your life, you will understand why you had to let go in the first place. There comes a time in life when something inside you shifts. It's not something you can fully explain, not something you can point to on a calendar and say, this was the moment everything changed. But you feel it. It's a calmness, a quiet certainty, a deep knowing that no matter what happens, you are going to be okay. And that feeling, that sense of trust in the process, in the journey, in something greater than yourself, that is one of the clearest signs that your life is about to change for the better. Because when faith replaces fear, when trust outweighs doubt, that's when the universe moves. That's when things start aligning. See, most people live their lives constantly battling uncertainty. They let fear run the show. What if I fail? What if this doesn't work out? What if I make the wrong choice? And so they stay stuck. They wait for guarantees. They wait for the perfect moment. But let me tell you something, the perfect moment doesn't exist. The guarantee never comes. Life doesn't work like that. Life rewards movement, not hesitation. And when you finally stop waiting for certainty and start trusting the process, that's when doors start opening. That's when new opportunities appear. That's when you start realizing that you were never meant to have all the answers before taking the first step. Think about a GPS. When you're driving somewhere new, you don't see the entire journey laid out in front of you. You don't see every turn, every stop, every detour. You just follow the direction step by step. And as long as you trust the process, as long as you keep moving forward, you will reach your destination. That's exactly how life works. You may not know what's coming next. You may not see the full picture yet. But as long as you keep taking those steps, as long as you trust that you're being guided, you will end up exactly where you're meant to be. And here's the truth. Trusting the process doesn't mean everything will always be easy. It doesn't mean you won't face obstacles, setbacks, moments of doubt. What it means is that you stop resisting. You stop trying to force things to happen on your timeline. You stop fighting what's out of your control. Because when you trust the process, you understand that even the challenges, even the delays, even the disappointments, they all serve a purpose. They are not there to break you. They are there to build you, to prepare you, to shape you into the person you need to be for what's coming next. You ever notice how, when you stop stressing over something, the answer suddenly appears? When you stop chasing, what's meant for you starts finding you. That's not a coincidence. That's the power of faith. That's the power of surrender. Because trust doesn't mean sitting back and doing nothing. It means doing your part while believing that the rest is being taken care of. It means understanding that life is not happening to you. It's happening for you. And once you truly embrace that, once you stop forcing, stop doubting, stop worrying about every little detail, you become unstoppable. And let's be real, trusting the process is not always easy. It requires patience. It requires letting go of control. It requires walking by faith, not by sight. And that can be terrifying. But ask yourself this: has worrying ever changed the outcome? Has fear ever moved you forward? No. The only thing fear does is keep you stuck. The only thing doubt does is rob you of the life you could be living. But faith moves mountains. Faith makes a way where there was no way. Faith allows you to step into the unknown with confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, you are being guided, you are being protected, and you are being prepared for something greater. So if you feel that unshakable sense of trust, if you stop questioning every step and started believing that things are unfolding exactly as they should, take that as a sign that your breakthrough is near, a sign that your struggles were not in vain, a sign that your life is shifting in ways you can't even imagine yet. And when that moment comes, when you finally step into the life that was meant for you, you'll look back and realize you were never lost. You were just being guided home. And so, here you are, standing on the edge of something new, standing at the doorway of a life that is calling you forward. You've felt the signs. You've seen the shifts. You've heard the whispers telling you it's time. And now there's only one thing left to do: step into it. Because listen to me, this is not a coincidence. Everything you have felt, everything you have been through, everything that has led you to this exact moment, it has all been preparing you. Every setback, every challenge, every season of struggle was not meant to break you. It was meant to shape you. It was meant to strengthen you. It was meant to prepare you for what's coming next. And I know it hasn't been easy. I know there were moments you wanted to give up. Moments where you doubted yourself, questioned the process, wondered if things would ever change. But look at you. You're still here. You're still standing. And if you are still here, that means your story is not over. That means your best days are still ahead of you. That means everything you've been praying for, everything you've been working toward, everything you've been hoping for, it is closer than you think. So hear me when I say this: do not give up now. Do not let fear, doubt, or uncertainty stop you from stepping into the life you were meant to live. You have come too far to turn back. You have fought too hard to quit now. Everything you desire, everything you have been working toward, it is waiting for you. But it is not coming to you. You have to go to it. You have to claim it. You have to believe that you are worthy of it. Because the moment you believe in yourself, the moment you trust that you are capable, the moment you decide that you will not settle for less than what you deserve, that is the moment everything changes. This is your time. This is your season. This is the moment you rise. So take that step. Walk into the unknown. Move with faith. Move with confidence. Move knowing that the best is yet to come, because it is. And when you look back on this moment, when you see how far you've come, you will understand you were never alone. You were always being guided. You were always being prepared. And now you are ready. Your life is about to change for the better. And this time you won't just feel it. You will see it. You will live it. You will become it.